get the call started here. We got a lot of guests on the line today. I always bite off a little bit more than I can chew, but we're all excited about our Las Vegas event that we just came back from. Standing room only practically. I mean, it was a pretty full house, 4,000 people there. Zango puts on phenomenal events. I mean, I don't know why my screen here is looking, okay. Just phenomenal events. You know, we've been in the industry for Terry, I think it's 26 years now or something. We've been to lots of events. And actually outside of Zango, in the network marketing world, Zango is known for putting on the greatest events ever. And this was just a regional event. It isn't even our big global convention. And here you've got all those people. They're very excited. And they're just such a great event. I mean, leaders, they say, are born at events. What they do is they increase your level of certainty in what it is that you're doing. And being is that everything that we do is reflected on the outside based on how we feel on the inside. Mindset, your level of certainty, your belief in what it is you're doing is absolutely critical to any success that you can have in network marketing. And so that's why we promote events, because we know that it's the one thing you can do to shift your confidence level, to shift your belief to a higher level. And so what we've done today is we've brought in a combination of leaders who have been to events before and are going to be sharing their excitement and their hearts, and then ask them to bring on new people. So for the most part, all of the guests then are new people that have never attended a Zango event. One of the highlights, there's Terry and I, by the way, in Laguna Beach. Lots of great travel as part of the Zango story. And our next travel adventure is to this great place. Does anybody know where that is? That's the Grand Hyatt Hotel in Kauai, where we're going to be going in just a few weeks, actually, the end of the month, for the Elevation Retreat. And that's an annual event for once you hit Premier, actually even open it up sometimes to 20Ks, and Zango pays for your accommodation, and we just have a great time, meet all the top leaders, hang out by the pool, and so we're really looking forward to that. Going to extend, in fact, a week in a condo and make it a real trip, if you will. So that's what's coming up for us. Now, I just took this picture in the mall the other day when we went out on Wednesday. This is me at our local mall with a billboard of Team Hoyt. And so this is in our local mall. Dad's behind him for 65 marathons. And Team Hoyt, he was actually, Dick was actually the keynote speaker at Zango. What a phenomenal story. Yes, you can. Up in the top right-hand picture, his son born basically with the umbilical cord wrapped around his head, no oxygen, and the doctor said, you know, you might as well institutionalize him. He really was not going to live a productive life. He couldn't talk. They didn't think he had any intelligence, but Dick could see differently in his eyes and was determined that his son would have a normal life. And in fact, he had to convince the doctors. They got a computer so that he could talk and communicate, and had to convince the doctors that he could function. Finally got him into school even, and actually graduated from college, I believe, and is now living on his own. Can't use his arms very much, can't speak. And what happened as he was growing up, somebody in their school actually became paralyzed, and they had a fundraiser that was like a marathon or like a bike race, 5K fundraiser. And Rick he told his dad he wanted to be in that race because he wanted to help raise money for this student and actually let him know that, life can go on after you're disabled. And so they ran their first race, I don't know, about 40 years ago or 35 years ago now, and just a normal wheelchair. And why did they continue? Well, Rick said, his dad was pushing him in his wheelchair. It was the only time in his life that he did not feel disabled, that he felt like a normal person. And you could see the pictures of joy on his face when his dad is pushing him. So that's where this whole thing began. And now it became a journey. And I'll tell you, I was so impressed with him.
This is 368, but it's okay. Are you able?
We can hear you on the moderator line, so please keep quiet. I don't know who that's talking, but don't say anything. One of the things that was impressive to me was not that he ran the marathons. In fact, a bit in the Boston Marathon. That was impressive to me. But somebody gave him the idea of going into an Ironman, which means you've got to bike 100 miles, pull a, run a 26-mile marathon, and also go in the ocean a 2.25-mile swim or something like that. And so he decided to go in this 9 months in advance, and he did not know how to swim. And actually completed the whole thing, pulling his son in a boat. So what we got from that is actually that nothing can hold you back. If you make up your mind that anything is possible, and put a phenomenal story. So really wanted to just kind of highlight that before we bring on our first guest, who happens to be Lisa Scope. We call her Double Shot because she always brings such a lot of energy. She has such a great spirit. She cares so much. She has a lot of passion. Are you there, Lisa? Are you muted, Lisa?
Oh, I was. Sorry.
Hey, Lisa. There's a great shot of you and some of the team. Who all's on the screen there?
Oh, we have Christine Leonard on the total left. That's Mel War standing next to me. And then, of course, you.
Well, Lisa, great to see you there. You had a lot of your team there, a lot of new people from your team. And, in fact, I was so impressed with the kind of quality of people you're bringing into your team. What was the Las Vegas experience like for you?
Oh, Art, it was just so fabulous to see the energy coming off of the people that were there on my team. I always get so energized, and you come home and you try to explain that to everyone, but when you can have a whole team there and you see their eyes start sparkling and you see the energy start flowing, it was fabulous to see that for my team. And they're all coming home talking to people, and we have a whole list of people that we're going to be buying tickets for today with the 4-pack.
Yeah, so what was some of the highlights for you other than having your team there, Lisa? I mean, what are Zango events like for you?
Zango events give me commitment. They give me conviction. They help me get through any tough times. You know, I still have tough days. We all do. Let's not kid ourselves. And they just kind of make you solid. It's the foundation, the cornerstone for your business. And that's what they do for me. Plus, they always give me such great, I always hear such awesome lines to help me. And, you know, and I don't want that to sound like I have a script coming, but I hear things like from Scott Smith and even like Dick Hoyt when he said, you know, I can. I mean, that's their message. Yes, you can. That's just so awesome to not allow anything negative to get into your mindset. Go forward with the positive at all costs. That's what they do for me.
Yeah, you know, it was a very emotional day, really more so than ever for me, I think. Of course, we had Linda McCarthy. I wish I had a picture of her up on the screen, who passed recently. And they showed a montage of her, and I don't think there was a dry eye in the house. And, of course, then Mike, her husband, got up on the stage, and what courage he showed, you know, in spite of all the adversity he's been through, that there he was on the stage and said he was there only for her. Scott Smith, you know, now he's the vice president in charge of U.S. and Canada, senior VP, you know, spoke about his child drowning a number of years ago, and how, I guess, all of us have been through some kind of adversity to realize greatness. Of Dick Hoyt, it was a lot about, you know, just persevering past our challenges, I think, Lisa.
You are absolutely right, Art. It was one of the most emotional times of my life. I can't even express how emotional it was for me, and I'm sure for many other people. It really touches your heart. I remember, you know, Bob Schmidt used to say that, you know, we're emotional creatures whether we think it or whether we don't. And I don't believe we're really part of this company, a part of our business, until we are emotionally attached. And that event totally did that for a lot of people.
Well, you've got a guest that you brought on here that I know seemed to get the royal treatment at the event.
Yeah, she sure did. Vanessa Horning is in my organization. She just went 5K March 31st.
All right, and Vanessa, new 5K in March?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, she did so well on the Pacesetter promotion that she was given the royal treatment. I'm going to let her talk all about that, but she is a true leader. She has such great heart. She gives all that she has to her team. Plus, she has 2 young children, 2 and 3 years old, and she's expecting her third. So she is a busy mama, and she knows how to build her business. So I'm so excited to bring to the team Vanessa Horning. So Vanessa, welcome.
Thank you, Lisa, and thank you, Art, for even allowing me on this call. I don't feel worthy, but it truly was a mind-blowing experience. I really haven't been involved in network marketing before, and therefore I've never been to a convention like this. And when I got there, I was just happy to be on the top 10 in the pace setters. I thought that was quite an achievement in itself, and I was very excited about that. The night before, I was due to head out.
By the way, Vanessa, just as a point of reference, when did you get involved in Zango?
I came in December 29th, but I really didn't even get started until after the New Year's. So the
90
beginning
days
of January.
to 5K, and once you hit 5K, top 10 pace setters, got a free flight, didn't you, to Las Vegas? I did, and upgraded VIP seating, which was pretty awesome. Yes. And actually, the night before I was flying out to Las Vegas, I got a call from Sam Glassner, and he said, well, we have 2 seats to the Blue Man Group with founder Brian, oh my goodness, Brian Davis. Thank you. And that just, he said, this is just an extra perk because you've done so well, and we really want to let you know that we're proud of you. And so I thought that was great. So, the night I got there, I went to the Blue Man Group and was able to, chat with Brian Davis and glean some of his wisdom. And then the next day we went to, convention, and we were taking our VIP seats, which we thought were pretty great. And Sam came to me again and said, get your guest, you have just been upgraded. And I was walked up to the black couches in the very, very front of the auditorium, and was able to It's called the Lava Lounge, they call it, the Lava Lounge.
Yes, yes.
And you're on a couch here right at the very, very front of the Lava Lounge.
Yes.
And Jim McAndrew was in Lisa's group. You connected with Jim and invited him up for your couch, and I got my picture taken with you. I was actually, you were ahead of where we were sitting. What was that like?
That felt amazing to see all these people that are so successful in the business, and then, me who's only been in a few months to be put in such a place of honor above all these people that really deserved that seat was amazing. And it really was a life-changing experience for me. It really felt like I was, had the founders in my living room. Here I was sitting in a comfortable black sofa listening to all these incredibly motivational speeches. I don't think there is one speech that I didn't walk away with something that I was going to take and use to better myself as a person and better my business. Actually, the day I got, we went to the lunch too with the founders, which is awesome, and I was able to meet all of them there. I asked for Gordon Morton's business card, and he didn't have any with him. And when we went back to our couches to sit down for the next speaker, his assistant came running up to us and said, Gordon Morton said this was highest priority. Here's his business card. He really wanted to make sure that you got it. And that just really confirmed to me what a great company we work with, that out of the thousands and thousands of people that were there, the thousands of people that are in this company, he remembered, somebody that's been in this business very, very short time, and made that a priority, that he followed through on something he said he was going to do. And that impacted me greatly. And, when I got home Monday night, and Tuesday morning I was on the phone because I was just pumped, and I really realized what a great organization we're working for, a great opportunity we have. And I made phone calls, and the next day I sponsored a brand new person, and it's just been a truly motivational experience for me and a personal growth. I feel like I'm going to be a better leader, so it's been great.
Well, good. Thanks a lot, Vanessa. Great. And I've got this picture, actually, the previous picture. Is this some of your team on here with Beverly Hollister? I think that's is that Lisa on the far right there?
I'm actually only on the phone. My computer had a glitch, so
Who is that,
I'll
Lisa?
tell who everybody is. It's Vanessa with Beverly, and then Jerry Lynn Belfi, who's in my organization, who's a cousin to Vanessa, really, in the organization. But Lisa Cucci is one of Vanessa's distributors. She's actually one of her 1Ks.
Yeah, she's a superstar too. So thanks a lot, Vanessa. It was great to meet you there. You got a great heart. 90 days to 5K is good. Just before we get off, what's your goal for Orlando?
I'm hoping to be a premier. That's my goal. I'm setting them high because it makes me work hard and keeps me motivated. So that's my goal.
not only that, you've already been on the stage, and here's Gordon Morton explaining what it's like to be a 5K, and it brought you up as a guinea pig to stand up on the stage. So you know what it's like up there. When you're a premier, you get to go up there.
Yes, that was another amazing experience. There's too many awesome things that happen to get them in a couple minutes.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Vanessa. Next guest, Deb Pazzo, and Deb is from Windsor, Ontario, one of our top leaders at 20K. Here's her with some of her upline and downline and stuff. So, are you there, Deb?
I'm here, Art.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Great. Well, Deb, you've been to a few events. How does this Vegas stack up with the rest of them?
You know, every time I attend an event, I say to myself, well, this is it. It can't get any better. There's no way they can outdo this. Every time I attend the next event, it's just better. And, I'm not sitting in the audience looking through the eyes of the newcomer. You can imagine being in Vegas, you're awed by the flashy lights, the razzle-dazzle. Everything is shiny and glittery. My eyes are very seasoned, and it just keeps getting better. Every every event that I go to, I'm just recommitted again to this company by the integrity and the honesty and the wisdom of our founders, but also the respect that just oozes from our founders, not only for each other, but for us.
Yeah, there's no comparison. I know some people are blown away, even on Lisa's team, that have been to events before, and the founders are like, they're hidden. You don't even see them in other companies, and they're everywhere. They're always looking to connect with people. Do you have a big takeaway from the event, Deb? Anything that you'd like to share?
Well, I think when Gordon stood in front of us and said, we have to be very careful about where we're going and what we're doing. You put your hopes and your dreams not only in the people that you bring in, or that you're bringing in. They put their hopes and dreams in you as their sponsor, but they're putting their hopes and dreams in Zango. They have to be very cautious about what they're doing because he could really mess us up. And
Right.
that really made me kind of shake my head and say, wow, I am worried when people put their hopes and dreams in me, when I'm saying, it's okay, join me, come and take my hand, and we're gonna do this business called Zango. Imagine how they must feel every night. And
Right, yeah.
and like you said, they're very visible. They're with us. They're rubbing shoulders with us. And they carry our hopes and our dreams, and they're making this company rock solid, a true network. And as was said, the adversity that we go through, life happens to us all. The adversity doesn't pick and choose which one it's going to hit. It hits every one of us in some way or another. And how we deal with it is what dictates the outcome. It's not the adversity that dictates our failure or success. It's our choices. It's what we choose to make of it. And if we choose to lock our arms with Zango and all the leaders in there, the path that they've chosen for us takes us right there.
Well, thanks a lot for that, Deb. I think that's a great thing. Adversity. Greatness always comes out of adversity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody that you would consider great that hasn't had some sort of adversity. But one of the exciting things for you, I think, is building a business with your daughter, who you brought on as your guest. So, would you like to introduce her?
I would love to introduce my daughter, my teammate, my business partner, and my inspiration most days, Jody Trusky, 5K from Comber, Ontario.
And that's Jody right next to you in that picture there on your right, on the audience left, right?
That's
yeah.
correct.
Hi, Jody.
Hi, Art. Thanks, Mom.
So you're happy your mom brought you into the business, Jody?
Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm so happy and thankful every day that she did for so many different reasons. I I didn't come willingly at the beginning, but I'm so glad that she persevered. um,
So what was it like for you, Vegas? What did you get out of it, Jody?
well, Vegas was my first regional, and like everyone's saying, you kind of wonder, can it get any better than what I've seen before? To me, the thing that I brought from it was the whole message that seemed to be wrapped up through everything. And I don't know if it was just because it was what I needed to hear that I was hearing it, but it was, life gives us challenges, many challenges, and defining moments that can either break us or make us. And it's not just in our everyday life that these challenges are going to be reaching us. It's going to be in our business. And, we can either decide to work through them, over them, around them, or we can let them stop us. All the way from Team Hoyt down to little Maddie Despain and her ta-da response when she fell going up to do her piano recital that her parents weren't sure quite how she was going to do since she didn't know how to play the piano. She just kept going. She didn't let anything stop her. And, we can take that for our life and for our business.
Jody, you're someone that I have seen sort of grow and blossom into your business. Have you changed a lot since you started Zango, do you think, in your eyes?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't have been on this call at the beginning. I would have had myself in such a fret I'd have to decline. So.
One of the most exciting things that happened at convention is what everybody's going to look at the screen. Zango always is giving away stuff, and I'm thinking as they're getting ready to start giving away money, wouldn't it be cool if somebody in our team or somebody that we knew won some money, and the next thing you know, they called out your number? What happened here?
Oh my goodness, it was so surreal. It wasn't until I got behind the stage that it actually hit me, and we were getting ready to listen to the numbers, and I'm not really pessimistic, but I would have to say I'm a realist, and there's 4,000 people there, and I'm just one little person. But I didn't really let those kind of odds enter my brain. I just got out my paper, and the very first number that Joe called was mine, and I was like, I won! And before I knew it, I was up on stage, and they were handcuffing that money to me.
Yeah, it was $1,000, right?
It was $1,001 bills in the briefcase, and I've never seen $1,001 American bills or Canadian bills at one time.
Well, we're excited for you, Jody. Anything else you want to add before we go on to the next guest?
No, just thank you very much for the opportunity to grow and learn from all of you.
Thanks a lot, Jody. Great to have you on the team. Our next guest is actually Trish Ryan. Now, Trish, are you there?
I'm here, Art. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You were actually a guinea pig for Gordon's explanation of the compensation plan. I wanted to show this picture first because you're on the stage. And I think one of the most exciting things for us and our team was having a brand new 20K up on the stage, and you just hit 20K in March, the end of March, right? So first of all, congratulations, really, to you and the whole team. What was that like? I'd like to hear about your 20K experience before we talk about Las Vegas.
Okay, well, first of all, thanks so much for having me on the call today. For me, like you said, the excitement for a convention really hit in the months before, when I would find myself sitting and imagining what was it going to be like to get that little name tag that had 20K on it. Now, don't get me wrong, going as a 5K or even as a 1K is certainly nothing to be ashamed of. But Art, for me, I'd been there and I'd done that, and it was for far too long in my estimation. And so each time I went to one of these live events was like a nasty little reminder, right, that my expectations didn't quite match my presence as far as my rank went. But that wasn't the case this time. I had set a goal to hit 20K before Vegas. And I'm sorry, I know that I was invited. I knew that I had all these things coming. I knew that I wanted the pay raise before the trip, and I knew that I was feeling kind of behind on my 10-year goals. But really, really what I was looking forward to was seeing that big old 20K on the name tag. And boy, did that excitement hit me when I was on the plane. I could barely sit still in my seat. I was so close to that slip of paper that was going to say Trish Ryan 20K. And I knew that I was being invited, you know, to the top leaders dinner on Friday night. I knew that myself and a guest were being given special seating right in front of the stage. But I had to say I was still so just most excited about that new rank. Because for me, seeing that new rank meant that we had really made it through the challenges of the previous month unscathed. And I've heard many of you refer to that already about, you know, coming through the darkness to get to the light. Many of you on here might realize my son Tristan was on dialysis when we first started our Zango journey. And then he was given a kidney a couple of years ago. But he found himself in major trouble again the month just before convention hit. I felt like we spent more days in the hospital than out in March because he was losing his kidney function again. I remember saying to Krista, my mentor, in an email from his hospital room, I said, does all this mean that I won't hit 20K this month? And she gave me such a gift in her response. She said, only if you think it won't, Trish. So March for me was all about facing fears and facing a difficult reality all over again. But thanks to Zango and thanks to my wonderful team and mentors, it was all about conquering despair and winning that battle that goes on in our minds every day. I really believe that every time we decide to expect more and to hope for more, to live our lives out in a more significant way, I believe we will all face a battle, but we weren't given a spirit of fear. We were given a spirit of power and of love and of a sound mind. And I saw that spirit conquer not only in my own life, but in the lives of so many from that stage at convention. From Mike McCarthy, like you already mentioned, Art, he chose to operate out of his own commitment to his teammates and to all of us, in spite of his tremendous loss. To all the way to Team Hoyt. You know, they were living examples of what focus can accomplish when it's placed on positive instead of negative, on you can instead of you can't. We were reminded again of how Zango itself was founded in a conscious response, you know, to the crisis of 9/11. And I saw time and time again at this past event how mine was not the only life that was blessed in the midst of crisis with Zango, and I'm just so thankful to be a small part of this movement. I just want to thank you, Art and Terry and Krista, and all of my team members who really came through for me. The way I see it, I believe that God used all of you to help me to rise above some really challenging circumstances, and together I see us winning the battle. Just on the side, my son's kidney function has returned to stable, and He's doing well. Yeah, and we're really walking together with some great expectation into our future. So, Art, thank you so much. You have been there every step of the way, and like I said, I just feel so blessed to be part of this.
Well, thanks, Trish.
Oh, wow, Trish, I've been listening. Of course, I'm on mute. It's Terry, and you're just such an amazing leader. And, you know, people sometimes feel like they can't make their goals. Well, here you had all this adversity, and yet you had a goal and you believed. And yet your team is what's really stepped up and stepped out to help you achieve your goals. So we just so appreciate you so very much.
Oh, thank you, Terry. And I'm just so tickled to be able to introduce you this is one of my team members. I'm telling you, I've been trying to get this girl for a really long time to come on board. And Pam Hobble, Pam, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, it's just my pleasure to introduce you. You have been a real powerhouse on our team, and I know I gave reference to us getting the special seating, Pam, so I can't wait to hear your take on experiencing your very first convention from front and center stage.
Well, you know, I think I asked you probably 5 times, what does it mean that we're on the couches? What does that mean? And honestly, I thought I knew what I had with Zango before we went. I didn't know a blessed thing. I was just so excited to be there. And you're right, you were so antsy on the plane. You were so excited to get there, and I thought, okay, this must be big. Like, so I was so excited, and I didn't realize how big and fabulous it was really going to be until we sat down on those couches. And we saw the lights and the music, and all the founders came out, and all the, you know, like the $1 Million Club walked across the stage. And honestly, it was at that moment that I felt extremely lucky to be part of a Zango family, and what a big family it is. And, you know, it was just so cool. I know that sitting on those couches and being in Las Vegas at this conference has changed my life and how I think of Zango and my business. It's been huge. I know that with Zango, I'm okay to dream again. Like, dream bigger and better than we ever have. We've lived from check to check for years. My husband has been a pastor, a youth pastor, and then we worked at a children's home, and you don't make a lot of money, and you live from check to check. And now, because of Zango and because of being on fire, just what I know that I have in my hands, that we have options now for me and my family's futures and our future, and we are so excited to see hit all these goals that we have set for ourselves because of Zango. I know that now, because of what I have in Zango, I have an amazing team. And I have a really great upline who's encouraged me the whole way, and thanks, Trish. And, you know, I call her so often, and she helps me and walks me through everything, and I hope that I can just be half of that for my team. But I came home more excited than ever, having the confidence and the information that was given to me at the conference. Honestly, I made 3 contacts on the way home, and it was great. Passed out pamphlets and gave my website and got contacts. And since I've been home, it's been going like crazy. Our team is just awesome. And it's been a crazy week, but an amazing week. And I'm so looking forward to Orlando. I've already told all of our team, you've got to plan, you've got to be there. I want you to experience what I got to experience, because let me tell you, it's made a world of difference to be able to be there.
And Pam, you just actually got involved really building aggressively just around the Christmas time, and you're kind of getting close to that 5K now, aren't you?
I am extremely close to 5K, and yes, we started in January.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Pam. Great job, both of you. Appreciate you, and it's nice to meet you there. You guys up in Edmonton area are just rocking it up there. In fact, I think the company's offered to come in and do an event. You've got so many new members from your area, so congratulations to that whole area up there. Thanks a lot, Pam.
Thanks.
Great to see you on the front. And I know you got there was Agnes, and you got to share that Lava Lounge with Trish. You know, her other 5K was there, and you got the morning, and I think Agnes got the afternoon on the couch, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot. Next guest, Eva and Yvonne Sardas, 100Ks from Eastern Washington here. Eva has actually the privilege of being the only person in our team that was in our very first network. And so you're wondering, you know, how many followers do you have over 20-some years? And so I really want to thank Eva for still believing in us after all of our failures. Are you there, Eva, or Yvonne? Who's going to talk first?
Yes, we are here, and we feel very privileged that you actually did introduce us to Zango. Thank goodness. Our lives have totally changed for it. But Yvonne is going to be talking first.
Yes, I am. And can you hear me?
Yes. Hello, young fella.
Hey, thank you. Hi, young fella yourself.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I would just like to reflect a little bit on Deb's comment that she always thinks, what are they going to do to better this? As you know, we've been to every Zango convention and regional since the beginning, and every single time we come away saying, well, there's no way they're going to be able to top this next year. And guess what? Every year they do. This one was really a great one. And since I'm a numbers and facts geek, My part of this conversation is strictly going to be to present some numbers and facts that we picked up at this convention. Number one, and this is the biggie, during the last global economic meltdown, only 2 areas of the economy posted growth. They were the health and nutrition industry and multi-level marketing. Does that tell you something about where we are placed in the right place at the right time? Number two, at a time, that was 2009, when most companies were retrenching or going out of business, Zango was experiencing double-digit growth and had its single best sales day ever. 3, in 2009, new signups and retention in the USA was the highest in years, and retention was up 20%. Incidentally, Eva Marie's going to talk a little bit about the Meal Pack program, but the Meal Pack participation materially improves retention. It really does a great job there. There were about 20 people from Russia and Kazakhstan, and they had tremendous difficulties getting to the convention because they were originally booked, I think, through Berlin, and because of the disruption in European air traffic, they instead of giving up like most people did and just canceling out, they rerouted they found flights that rerouted through Abu Dhabi, I think, and made it to the convention. And the fun fact in this bunch of facts is that there are already 3 100Ks in Russia.
Yeah, I think they're doing $1 million a month already in Russia, and just since last fall, right, Yvonne?
That's exactly right. And Russia just opened at about the time of the last convention, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, phenomenal growth. Another bunch of interesting facts are Zango's short-term growth plans are one, to double the number of active distributors by December of 2012. To continue with major expansions in international markets, continue with the communications growth. They're doing a lot of things on communicating with the distributor network, such as texting and programs like Be First.
Right.
They're also setting up a program, a best practices program, to identify what works best and passing that information on to us. Glimpse will be launching throughout the world in 2010, and so will El Aviv. They're implementing a simplified sign-up process on the MyZango website, and there will be new iPhone applications, which
be able to sign people up over your iPhone, right?
Exactly, and already they've kicked it off. Already you can do the Vigor score. Testing on iPhones.
Yeah, that's an app you can download, right? Yeah.
That's exactly right. And for a dinosaur like me, this means a big new learning program coming up. Also, there'll be new distributor kits and some new recognition materials.
Yeah, the new distributor kit is getting very, very close.
Good. And I have some stats on Dick Hoyt. In 1992, he biked and ran 3,735 miles across the U.S. in 45 days. That's an unbelievable thing, and that's when he was just getting started, really. Throughout their lives, they've entered in 1,025 events.
Wow.
270 triathlons and 6 Ironman triathlons. The Ironman triathlon is the big one in Hawaii, and it's really limited, really, to the world's elite athletes.
Yeah, I actually did a great video on that. You might be able to get that video on his website, teamhoyt.com, where their bike broke down and had repairs, and they actually went till from I think about 6 in the morning till midnight and finished the race, finishing off with a 26-mile marathon. Can you imagine? And of course, he's wheeling his son, or he's got him on his bike, or actually forgot to mention, on the water portion, he pulled a boat, with a wooden floor in it for safety, is how he completed that portion. It was an amazing story.
It really was, and some of some of those shots, some of the slides that he showed were just unbelievable.
Anything else, Yvonne, before we let Eva take over?
No, now's the time for the boss to get on here.
The boss is on. Okay, thanks a lot, Yvonne. Thanks for all of your support over the years. You know, you came to our very first event, very first meeting with Joe Morton in August of '03. That was pivotal for all of us. You and Rod Culp and Shannon were there, the five of us, and you guys both hit 100K. I think you're getting a little tired of the 100K thing now, right?
Yes, our plan is to be 200K by convention.
All right. So, Eva, thank you for coming on. What was it like for you?
Thank you, Art. Well, you know, as we've been saying, we've been involved in Zango now for 6 years, and we just love the culture of Zango, actually, the people involved, and you're hearing all these wonderful stories from new people. It's just awesome. My main focus, of course, is going to be on the Zango meal pack. Oh, my gosh. I noticed now that there was over 1 million meals actually given out to malnourished children so far. That was before the convention, and I just noticed today that now it's 1,247,000 meals.
Wow.
That have gone. Yes, it just spiraled up there. It was just incredible. As we know, Zango Company has always given out. They've given out 7% of their net profit to the Goodness Foundation, where they're helping children around the globe with all types of charitable givings. And they not only give, but they actually go firsthand into these areas. And so as they were going into all these areas in Ghana and Peru and Thailand, they're noticing there was a lot of starving children. So they thought, how can we impact these starving children who really are so malnourished they can't even eat proper food? So Zango Company and the founders came up with the meal pack program, basically having all the nutrition in the meal pack and just adding water. They can actually assimilate this and nourish their bodies, and it really takes them out of starvation. It is huge. But they also wanted to get the individual distributors to actually to be involved with this. And so this is an awesome program that we can get involved with. When you order a meal pack, which will provide 35 meals, there's 2 meal packs actually. There's a 17-meal pack for 50 PV or $45, and there is a 35 meals at $100 or not 100 PV and $90. Get a little confused here. What I'm saying is the fact that the company is so awesome. When you pay the $90, you will know that 34 meals are going out to feed the starving children, and it is distributed through AmeriCare. And then the company actually kicks in an extra $10 for yourself so that you are actually rewarded a little bit extra. Then when you start sharing this with others, the company will actually give you money back, which is almost unheard of. And so through this distribution, we're able to actually feed millions through this network marketing. And it's just an awesome, awesome program. And, of course, at the convention, they recognize the people that are involved with the meal pack program. They recognize the ones that are donating 600 meals or 600 PV, a month. They called it the Emissary of Life, so they give a special recognition. And Emissary of Hope, these people came on stage, and they donate every single month.
Yeah, I got the Emissary. I don't know if you're in front of your computer, but I got the statue up. I was stunned at that gift. I wanted one of those things, and I haven't been on one case ADP. We've given lots of the meal packs, but not on ADP, and this was what was given to everybody, a beautiful gift that actually represents, done, I think, from Africa, somebody, but it represents hold the earth lightly or something like that.
Yeah, hold the world gently
hold
in
the
our
world
hands.
Gently.
Like an egg, and it's actually artist Eric Darko, who was a
Eric Darko?
Mm-hmm. He says, this teaches us that we should not fight or we shall destroy it. Rather, we should unite and raise our world higher. I thought it was really beautiful.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, so all these people coming on, we are on auto ship with Meal Pack now, and, it is beautiful. I mean, it is a wonderful program to be involved with, and this is the kind of leadership that we have. These are the kind of owners that we actually have. They are so giving, and we feel very proud to be part of this company. Everyone should feel proud to be part of this company. And so anyway, we got excited.
Hey, but not only that, Eva. I mean, you have someone that is really in this last month really building a meal pack network, and you had how many new members come in your organization through the meal pack program?
I think it was 112 people.
No,
like
it's about 130 now.
Oh, excuse me.
Wow.
Well, what was really interesting, it was a one gal that phoned us up, but we had no idea where she was from or anything. She said, I have resolved my credit card problem, and I'm able to be part of the meal pack. And she said, when I get the meal pack, where do I send it? I said, no, you don't have to send it out yourself. It's all done through AmeriCare. And she said, can I do this every month? I said, absolutely, you can do this any month. They do not think that they're getting anything back from it. They do not know that when they're sharing with others, it's a true gift they're giving out, which I think is really awesome.
Well, fantastic job. Appreciate both of you. I think you've got a guest on, a new person in your team that attended their first event, right?
Yes, we have. We have a great group from Ottawa through our great leadership of Bonnie L. in Ottawa. She's an awesome leader. And we have one of her people on. Her name is Cara Gavalucci. I might have pronounced that wrong. I think she's from Italy. We met her for the first time, her and her husband Sam, at the convention, and they are just bubbly. They have an essence for life, is what they do. And it was such a privilege to meet them and get to know them a little bit. I know they have, I think, 2 children, and they're just full of life. So, Cara, are you there? Hello?
I hope she got the moderator pin.
Yeah, she did.
Maybe she's muted. I heard her introduce herself.
Okay, Carol, you got to unmute yourself. Press *6. I know you were on there.
I know she was there too. Yeah.
Yeah, we heard her.
She may have dialed in. Why don't you guys try to find her? Maybe she dialed in on the normal line, and we'll go on to.
Oh, there she is.
There we are.
I'm so sorry. I'm still new to all of this, and I muted myself thinking I was supposed to. I'm very sorry.
No worries. We're glad you're there.
Go ahead. Excuse me. I'm quite nervous. I've never done this before, so.
You're very outgoing.
I
wanted to thank you,
Cara, so just feel free to talk as if you were just talking to us.
Okay. I will. Whew, I actually had to take some of my mango juice to help relax myself. I use it for everything now, I swear. It's thank you very much for having me on. And I wanted to extend a special thanks to Bonnie. She's been, and my Uncle Rob. They've been tremendous in answering all our questions, and just a great support network. It's been amazing. We've actually just started getting, we've only been about 6 weeks into the business. We started using the juice. I can actually remember the date. It was December 11th, because that's when we signed up for the ADP, and we got our juice about 4 days after. So I've been using it now for roughly about 3+ months, about 3.5 months, and I have type 1 diabetes, which means I'm insulin dependent, and I have an insulin pump. And it's just, it's lowered. I've been able to lower with the insulin pump, you can get a bolus of insulin every hour, and I've lowered that every hour to, now it sounds silly, but it's only 0.1 units, but over a full day and over a full week, it's quite remarkable that I was able to do that without changing any diet, any exercise. It's been very uplifting, and the way I feel is amazing too. I used to have to take I still do on occasion, but the medication, I used to take 4 pills a day. I was taking this medication for energy because I'm probably one of the most lethargic people, or was, that you would ever meet. I had done sleep studies in hospitals because I was so tired. One of the technicians from the sleep study was laughing at me. He's like, "You're the only person I know that can sleep on command." They'd say, go in that room and fall asleep, and within 2 minutes I was out. And they gave me this medicine called Alert Tech, and it's supposed to help. It was almost like a caffeine pill. It was supposed to help energize you and make you stay awake. And I was on the maximum dosage, which is 4 pills a day, and I'm down to 1 or 2 depending on the day. And some days I don't even have to take any, which is amazing. And in such a small period of time. And I was also taking an antidepressant once a day, and now I don't. I've been actually off of it.
It can be depressing to be so tired, right, Kara?
Pardon me?
I said it can be depressing to be so tired all the time.
Well, it sounds ridiculous. I'm only 34, and yeah, I have no idea. I think they could never find any reasons why it contributed to why I was so tired. Like, I'd fall asleep at a red light. It was awful. It was like I was so tired all the time, and all the tests were coming back. I was like, all my counts for everything they were looking for, hormones and vitamin, everything was normal. So, or like not a deficiency of anything. So it was weird, but I've been doing really good, and I feel I'm so full of life and so happy. So it's been a blessing for me, and my children are on the juice, and my husband is using the juice, and he was a roofer for 11 years, and he had the tennis elbow, and when he's taking his juice on a regular basis, it does not bother him. Now, if we run out towards the end of the month, I've used too much, and because we have 4 people on it in our family, sometimes we run low or run out. He will agitate his arm, and it will start back up. But as soon as he's on the juice, it goes away. So
so your foundation is all based on some incredible product results, and it's really great to get some product story on here. I'm really glad you came on.
Yeah.
So what was your perception of Vegas like? What was it like then?
Vegas was surreal for us. It was so. Like we come from both of our families are Italian, and they've come over from Italy, and they have a very traditional sense of business. You work really hard, and you reap your benefits from working hard. And not to say that the business side you don't work hard, but it's just, how am I going to say this? It was amazing to see so many people touched, and how it's modified their lives, the juice and the whole Zango company, and the happiness and the joyfulness and the everybody was there to help. Like when I was going through the store to buy some packages, and I wanted to expand on some new products because we're on a tight budget, so we're just sticking with the juice, and we've opened our door to the El Aviv now. And I wanted to get some information about the Glimpse products and the Junie, the soaps. And there was like at least one, if not 2 to 3 people there with information, a loveliness about them that was just so inspired. Like everyone was happy, and I guess we surrounded ourselves with a lot of negativity, which is kind of sad to say. But when you're working really hard and you're working to make ends meet, it's almost natural. Not natural, but you get this darkness around you that you don't even realize until you're opened up to something like Zango has brought to our lives, and it's just so inspiring. And like to see all these people always so happy and full of life, I was like, oh my goodness! It was just so wow. Like I'm sorry I sound so simple. I'm not using the right terminology.
No, you're doing a great job.
It was just so overwhelming. It was just amazing, and to see, because my father has been in a family business. He's the third. I don't want to. I guess generation. When my family came over from Italy, they opened up a restaurant, and my father and my brother are working in the business together. And when you're working in business with family, there's bonuses, but there's also some downfalls, And it's just so amazing to see all these people so full of life and happy and wanting to give and help, and it's truly amazing, and it just makes you want to live your life and be like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks a lot, Kara. Thanks for opening your heart. Great job.
Oh, no problem.
And I'm glad you're doing so much better, and thanks for coming on and sharing your
it's
sweet...
given me and my husband a lot of we were building to be positive and happy, and we were really trying to exceed, and this was the icing on the cake. It was like, wow, we can do this. This is for us. So now we're excelling.
Okay, thanks a lot, Kara. Appreciate you and your team, and Bonnie from Ottawa, Amaru. Great team. So last guest to bring on is Sandy Bennett. Actually, just get into her. I know we're going to run a little late today. This is a picture showing on the screen here right now of the $1 Million Club. And those are all the people in Zango that have earned $1 million so far. There was 4 new people that were hit the $1 million rank. I think we're up to $75 million earners, which is phenomenal for a young company, just 7 years old. This is actually a picture from the 20K dinner. Absolutely packed house, several hundred people earning significant income. And so next guest is Sandy Bennett. She's almost 20K. I mean, you are so close, Sandy. Great to have you on the team. Great leader. Here's you with some of your team in Las Vegas. Are you there, Sandy?
I am here, Art. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Pretty good. I mean, could you just try to get a little closer to your mic maybe? But it's okay, but I think I've heard you better.
Okay. Well, you just tell me if I need to speak up, and I certainly will, because...
yeah, you're okay.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you, Art. I am truly humbled to be on this call today and be on a call with such incredible leaders and all the people on here. You know, one of the things that I picked up today, that in the midst of adversity, you have 2 choices. You can either become bitter or better. And most people on this call today has ran into adversity, but they've merged through it and they've become better. And wow, what kind of stories are they telling? It's incredible. It's incredible to know that we have a solution, a simple solution to everybody's problems, whether it be health or wealth. I love the story the gal just told. Incredible health, success, and she's just beginning. I think she'll tell a much larger story in a year from now. But to start, Art, thanks again for inviting me to be a part of this call. But I'd love to talk just real quickly about convention. I love convention. I started with Zango 3 years ago. I've never missed a convention or a regional event. So they're inspiring. It kind of gives you the shot in the arm. It's just that extra energy. And like everybody on this call today, you'll wonder how they can get me better, but they do. It's incredible. We took 10 people from our team to Las Vegas, met a few brand new people. I'm always excited about that. And three of our people earned their airfare. And, the flight seems just to run a little smoother when you know you got there for free. It's like, right. Wow. And I love that part. And we set a goal to grow by 400%. We want to take 40 people to Orlando with us in October. And so for my team that's on this call, be ready, because we're going to go and have a great time. And but I walked away with some really, really exciting things from convention. I was blessed to hear the facts and the start of, recap on some of them. But Zango's recruiting is up. Their retention rate is up. They already had a phenomenal retention rate, but it's up. Zango's in a sweet spot, and they say that we're set to duplicate in the next 3 years what we've done in our first 7. So we're all in a wonderful, wonderful timing coming in. Health and wellness, and network marketing, those are the 2 industries that are just exploding. I love what Doug Weed said. He says that Zango is the Lamborghini of network marketing. The timing is perfect. Everything is aligned. Even the economy is in our favor. See, adversity can, if you look at it the right way and you move forward, our economy, it's in our favor. And that's just, I love that. But what we have to do is we have to act on it. Companies like Zango, truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And if you don't act, it's not your opportunity. You have to take it and run with it. but one of the most impressive things that I heard was one of Joe Morton's dreams and goals in the beginning of starting Zango. And for those of you on this call that might not know who Joe is, he's the one that found the fruit and brought it back, and now we're using it, but we are getting the benefits. But Joe wanted to make sure that Zango was such an incredible company that it would turn the whole industry of network marketing around. And we all know that Zango is doing that. We have global recognition like never before. It's incredible, the recognition that Zango's getting, and they truly are setting the pace for network marketing and changing that industry. I was also impressed that now is the time to take action, and that there are a lot of negative things around us, but we've got to capture those fears. We've got to put it in a box. We've got to throw away the key, and we've got to move forward with massive action. If we live and then let our fears take us over, it will. But we can conquer our fears. And just a couple action steps and quotes that I was so impressed by. There were a lot of them. I tell you, you just have to get to convention because it just inspires you. But the yes you can, the Hoyt story, yes you can. And when you hear their story, you know that yes you can compared to what they had to go through. Yes you can. But we've got to act as if it was impossible to fail, from Lance Schiffman.
Right.
Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better, Jim Rohn. We have the world's solution. We have the solution to the world's problems. Make some goals, say your prayers, and go to work. The secret to a green thumb is brown knees, Gordon Morton. And take well thought out risks. Day always comes after night, but you got to get out of bed and move forward. Aaron Garrity. And one of my favorite quotes is, dreams and goals without actions is like hallucinations, from Art Manville. And we gotta move. We gotta move. We gotta get into action. But Art, that was just a few of the things that I walked away with. But I was so blessed to bring one of my dearest friends to convention, Julie Barton, and I'm going to go ahead and introduce her now. Julie and David Barton are incredible people. You know, it was just a couple years ago that I invited them to take a look at this business opportunity, and guess what? The timing wasn't right. It just wasn't right for them to come in. But I had such high hopes for them, and I knew what I had my hands on was incredible. Zango is an incredible opportunity, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I knew that I just had to, drip on them. And when the timing was right, they would come in and like a flood, they would grow this business. And that's what's happened. Mid-January, I contacted Julie Barton. Known David and Julie for 13 years. God brought them into our life back then, and just perfect time. And mid-January, I called Julie, and the time was right. She told me, she said, Sandy, I just got done praying and asking God to bring something like this into my life. And you're an answer to prayer. And so I invited her to come on and move forward in this business opportunity with me, and she did. She was able to come to convention. She was one of those earners that earned her airfare for free, and Julie is one person away from 5K, and her group volume is $7,150, and she's just on the move, and nothing's slowing her down. She'll be at 20K before we know it, and I just want to introduce my good friend, Julie Barton from Idaho. Are you there, Julie?
I am, Sandy. Thank you so much. It is just an honor to be amongst the company of you and all those within Zango. Art and Terry, thank you for this opportunity. And I just want to say hello, everyone. It has been such a whirlwind the past few months in getting involved in Zango. And it has been life-changing for me in so many ways. And to have the honor of going to my first convention, I've got to tell you, I was so busy focused on building the business that I wasn't really paying attention to what was happening on the Pacesetter program. Big mistake, big mistake. Because what I ended up finding out is in the process of building the business, our points were accruing to the point where we were able to take advantage of every activity and gift as part of the Pacesetter program, including that round trip airfare and being a guest at an incredible executive lunch and just so much more. But even with that, I've got to tell you and confess something that I don't know if I still would have gone because I never had been and I didn't have the vision. And it is because of the support that I received and the encouragement from my sponsor, Sandy, that really paved the way to get me to go and to take that step. And how grateful I am that she did. From beginning to end, it was so incredible and inspiring. Before I went, I had confidence in our Integris company and incredible founders. And in the amazing compensation plan, and then as some of you know, of course, our incredible category-creating products, they themselves have been life-changing for me. But getting to the convention, something happened, and I noticed it so quickly. That confidence that I had before and the excitement I had before became rock solid to the point that no one can take that away from me. And that has been such an incredible experience for me. You know, there's so much that goes on in convention, but a couple of things that I wanted to share for those of you that might be new to the business like I am. I had the amazing opportunity to meet and observe those who have built successful Zango businesses. And I'm one that really likes to observe what's going on so that I can learn. And I saw something that amazed me that I didn't understand before I went to convention. What I saw was that success requires no specific personality, because I witnessed personalities from A to Z. The other thing I saw is that it did not require previous network experience, because I saw those that had a networking experience before Zango, and I saw those that are successful that did not. But the two ingredients that I saw absolutely everywhere I turned was the desire to succeed and the determination to never give up. And I just want to take the opportunity to thank all of you that are on this call, that have blazed the trail for those of us that are new and are now our mentors and are setting us up for success. It is such an incredible blessing and gift that you are giving us. And now, being back from convention, you know, we're working to get as many of our team members as possible to convention and showing them how they too can earn these Pacesetter points on our new Pacesetter Extreme program. And I'm so excited to see all of you, but I feel like I need to make a challenge, not only to set a goal to be there, but where do you want to be in your business when you get there?
Right.
Let's take those goals and reverse engineer them to make them happen. And Art, I think one of my most favorite things that has come out that I believe actually came from Joe Morton in last year's convention, but is new to me, has become one of my favorite quotes, and it was actually alluded to earlier in the call, and that is, it's safe to dream again.
Yeah.
I know that some of us have had very big trials and heartache in the past few years, and some of us have lost the ability to dream. I know I did. But I can tell you, my Zango family, with complete confidence and conviction that with Zango, it really is safe for us to dream again. And Art, I just thank you for the opportunity that you have given me, and I thank you for all the incredible mentoring that you've imparted to Sandy, that she is now imparting to me and thus the rest of our team. It is an honor to be amongst the company of our Zango leaders, and I am just so excited at what tomorrow is going to bring.
Well, thanks a lot, Julie, and I know you have a big heart and have some great goals to help others and have a mission of your own there, so we want to see that abundance so that you can make a difference in the world. I know you got a lot of dreams. Thanks a lot, Sandy. No, your business has just exploded. I think it's up how much since December?
Since December, we've grown 258%.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, as of last night. So great job that you're doing there. And they talked about the Pacesetter, which has been extended. We've got a new one. This is one of the old Pacesetter that actually just before the end of the month. Here's Sandy here at number 5. I don't know if that was the final. I think it was. She ended up as a number 5. There's Vanessa, and they earn flights, and you can do it again with the new Pace Setter. You can earn flights, you can earn tickets, and so you want to check that out. Of course, we're all talking about getting to Orlando. There's the times, October 21st to 23rd at the Gaylord Palms. Today is the last day for a ticket special they announced in Las Vegas. You can get your ticket to Orlando for $75 today. It's $100 next week. It will never be lower. They're not going to lower tickets again. But you can also get a 4-pack today for $250 at Zango.com. Next week, that will be $300 for a 4-pack, 4 tickets. So awesome special. Hope to see you all there. Anything you wanted to add, Terry, before we close out the call? Oh, she's on mute, she says. Well, I want to thank all of our guests. Great job, everybody. You guys are awesome. Thanks for coming to the event. It was great to see you all there. We'll open up the line so everybody can give the guests a little round of applause. If you've muted your line, star 5 and open it up so we can close out the call with a little cheer for our guests.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.